played what tournament vision? How's my time there? You mean just a week or the whole time? Yeah, mate, I love it. I think you can see from the, I think there's a lot of, over time there's been a lot of pictures of me maybe being angry or slamming with my stick in those box oil, but you don't get many pictures of that with these guys, you know what I mean? I'm really enjoying my time, and they're good people, most importantly, they're lovely people that, they've become friends, close friends, you know what I mean? Which is not easy sometimes as the coach, because you've got to make hard decisions often, but these guys they're class, I love them.
And in terms of where is the team cutting to in sort of career peaking ahead of
What company? Oh man, I don't know if I can actually pick a place on the graph where they are. It's so. You know why? Because you don't know where everyone else is. That's the thing, everyone's charting a different course. Wanju, for example, is coming back. Hasn't played rugby for maybe 7 weeks now. When we played our first game against New Zealand, the majority of our team hadn't played for 8 weeks. We'd had time off. I wanted them to have time off. Our players, as you would know, the South African players who are playing in Europe, they don't get a lot of time. They go from season to season with no breaks mentally. So the temptation would have been come straight in and let's get training, but they needed to have the time off. They didn't want to, I had to force them. I wasn't to buy them the tickets to the holiday islands they were going to, but they need to have a break mentally. And then get back into training, thinking about themselves a little bit, the athlete, just work on themselves, and then work their way to the team environment. While that's happening, we get to blood a few different players as well. So this week we've got at least half a dozen guys who are playing their first game for the season as well. So we're trying to time it right. Complications come, obstacles come, but that's all part of it. When those obstacles come, you enjoy those issues and you get on and try to be better. And that's something that we have tried to be very good at, is when the tough times come, try and enjoy them, and get into the game. I think last year's game in Durban with South Africa was a bit of that going on. It was a tough game and it was swung, and we stayed. We stayed in it really well. I think even though a lot of things went against us, and I'm sure we'll do the same this week.
Hi, Michael. Stephen here, Fair Sports. The Springboks have had 2 pretty different games so far in the Rugby Championship, and some people say the game plan itself has been quite different. How was it difficult to make it to prepare for this weekend in terms of what you expect from the Boks?
The one thing you'll get from South African team is high quality players. Guys are God. Like you said, you can ship teams around everywhere and they're all the same quality. Fantastic players. They're very high quality, and that they're going to come with a high quality game. So I don't think we've really thought about it too much. We're very focused on ourselves, getting some of our basics right, and improving we want to go from week to week, trying to improve those things. Our defence, that's something that, yes, there are some nuances according to each team you play against, but it's pretty much, getting the basics of your own, getting everyone reintegrated from however many clubs are both reintegrated tracking to our communication system and our defensive style and what we want to do. And then we're building a little bit more in attack this year as well, trying to keep a little more possession as we go along the way. So that'll be challenging tomorrow, probably Saturday. But I feel like we're on a good track. We've still got a lot of work to do, but we're thinking about ourselves mainly, and we're coming in this game extremely pumped for playing at Ellis Park. South Africa hasn't played here. Argentina haven't played here for a long time, and I explained to the boys what it's going to be like, and I think they're super excited. And when it gets louder, I hope that's going to activate us to work harder. We're going to work harder, we're going to work real hard the louder it gets. So it's going to be a great experience for everyone.
And speaking of that sort of journey, we saw Mark's improvement even from the first half and Zoom game to the second half. How important is this weekend to continue getting better and to continue taking a step forward? And is it more important, even sometimes more important than the result itself?
No, the result's pretty important. Like, we're not here if we don't like winning, mate. And that's obviously we know not many people think we're going to win. I think on Saturday, we've got strong self-belief, or we're building strong self-belief, and we like to be more consistent in our game. So that means trying to improve, yes, from week to week. We came across like the first half in New Zealand, red hot team, but we were pretty poor as well. Improved big the second half, improved a little bit more in the next. You'll never get a consistent upward chart, like that's Wonderland, you know what I mean? But if the fundamentals are there and they're working, things that are important to us, important to our identity, then yeah, we'll go.
Michael, just from a mental perspective, how do you as to win in Australia, but in the manner in which you guys won, not allowing the circumstances at the end to get all in that?
Yeah, no, like when you talk about mentality, it's not something that just changes from week to week. You've got to believe, even when you take a defeat, as much as you do when you have a victory. Otherwise it will go up and down, not go. It's about doing the work, not about the results on the field. The results on the field are the outcome of the work that you do. And we've been really working hard, trying to be very true to the team we want to be and the way we prepare. And then we do all that and we get to the whistle and, the counter for where they do, because we've done the work, and then it's up to us to perform on the day. That's what footy is. And I don't think that, one result here or one result there will, yes, they will build, they'll help add on, but it's because confidence can come and go, but self-belief is never present, and that's something we're trying to build through the way we prepare and the commitment we make, and the time and the professionalism we put in to try and be the best we can.
And just looking at the Springboks now, Michael, do you feel as if they're looking as formidable as they ever been?
Yeah, I think so. Like, they look pretty good. They're a pretty formidable team all the call, but they've had a long period now of being very strong, having a lot of players that they can call on to jump in and take the crowd competition inside their team. So, yeah, look, they're not the world champions for nothing. So, I don't think they're going to be right up there yet.
Michael, going into this World Cup year, of course, it's always a long preparation season between World Cups. Looking at what the Springboks have done so far and how they come into this final year, into the World Cup year, what have you picked up? Similar, perhaps, to 2019, or any differences?
Mate,
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I couldn't tell you. Honest, I watch the games, obviously, to prepare, but my investment of myself was totally in the other team, So, and my commentary on how South Africa going is irrelevant. You know what I mean? That's a question for the South African judges. I'm focused here, and I know we love playing South Africa because it's a great challenge, and we spent some time with them in 2020, I think it was, or 21 in Goldie, when we had to do the quarantine together, top fellas, right? But no, I'm sorry to say I don't really know too much about it. I'm just trying to focus on
And just the win against Australia, obviously bouncing back from hopefully a tough week for you guys. You still shoot a shot. We say that nobody thinks you can win, but if the cards fall right, you lost it within a shot. How is that done for your team's mentality this week, and how's the preparation been with the extra week as well?
Well, like we just were saying before there, we don't want the results aren't going to manage our sort of mentality. We've got a certain mentality about how we're trying to prepare to get ourselves, not just for the World Cup, for our team, not now and in the future as well. and you know, I think we're just working towards it. And you've got to roll with the obstacles that are put in front of you or the challenges that are put in front of you, which, you know, Springboks Ellis Park is a big one, but you know, like, that's why you're playing. That's why you want to play the capsule. But once she's busted, you can play. You know what I mean? In that environment. So, yeah, let's go.
Lastly, fire changes this week. Just talk us through it. Just your answers on.
Well, look, obviously, for us, we're bringing our players back into the fold and they've had time off. We're sort of coming through, I wouldn't call it an off-season, but a mid-season break. You know, and now players are coming back into, we're training hard, all different levels. So guys who are coming back, 3 of them are coming back from layoffs. Well, I think, 4 or 5 of them over the whole team, including the bench. The finishers would be, you know, just guys coming back for their first start for the year, you know. So it's just pretty much about reintegrating the group that we've got, creating competition inside the team, but also bringing players into their opportunities as the season starts.
Pachi, probablemente lo del año pasado contra Sudáfrica a nivel de disciplina fueron los partidos más flojos de este grupo de jugadores, no solamente los jugadores, sino los jugadores. Hablaron algo especial de la disciplina para este partido y además tenerlo también después de bien que ven de Sudáfrica, que bien los goles.
Sí, no sé si algo particular para este partido, porque la disciplina tiene que estar siempre. Sabemos que también Sudáfrica se nutre de esos, de su campo, y sin trabajo los amigos llevando a Lisboa. Entonces, sin duda que eso y el territorio va a ser algo muy importante. Todo el juego en pie también sabemos lo fuerte que son ellos en ese rubro, la manera que parten, que presionan. Así que bueno, creo que sin duda va a ser una de las fases más importantes del juego, la cual ya lo venimos trabajando durante la semana y la semana anterior.
Thank you very much. Vamos al Zoom, por favor. Prensa, Zoom, por favor. Prensa, Zoom.